Well, this is a video I've been wanting to do for quite some time, but I never really got around to it. And it's actually, quite simply, the HiFi system that I use. I do see quite a few comments about it in various videos that I've done demonstrating crappy turntables, which I no longer own since I've moved house. I've only got good ones now. Anyway, starting with the turntable, I suppose, is a Sony PSLX22 direct drive turntable system. I think I got this for about £75. Was going to use it downstairs, but turned out I had a really good cartridge on it, so I decided to use it upstairs, and my Technics SL1200 is as a result now downstairs until I get a better cartridge for it at least. Yeah, sounds pretty good, especially if you can get one as cheap as I did. Since it's a Sony, it's only appropriate that I play a Japanese record on there. Just make sure that I have this set to the right input, there you go, and not too loud. Okay. Hopefully I won't get in too much copyright trouble for that sort of stuff. Usually don't. Speakers, they are part of the Technics component system, which this is. Technics SBCS7, right there. Most of this was actually given to me. My dad was getting rid of his, well, decided to use more digital ways of listening to music, and well, I got this, and it's pretty sweet. It's mostly original, apart from the amplifier, which I no longer have due to the fact that it overheated quite a few years ago. The fan broke. Obviously, something overheated somewhere, and it no longer worked. And the turntable is obviously different. Cassette deck, RSX 980, and it's got quite a few really nice features on it, which I shall now demonstrate. It's got a cassette of Cybertron, the Australian Cybertron, not the one that most people think of. I had to relabel my amplifier here, as you can see, because it didn't have a tape thing on there. And this is a Cambridge Audio Topaz AM10. It's been doing brilliantly, and I'm using a preamplifier of the same sort, which 551p. Can't quite read that. Anyway, this tape is from 1978, so it's a pretty old one. But anyway, let's see this cassette deck in action. I appreciate how this is going to sound horrible on the camera. I'll try and keep it down. Now, one of the interesting features is that if you want to skip a track, you tap the fast forward button once, and it will find the start of the next track, if you're patient enough with it. Going backwards. There you go, start of the next song. And of course you can fast forward normally too, by hitting stop before you press fast forward. And needless to say, auto reverse. so you can play the other side. I'll rewind that tape. And a high-speed tape dubbing feature, so it can copy a cassette tape at twice the speed it usually plays back at. It'll be pretty bad quality, but if you did want to do something like copy an old computer game or something, it's pretty useful. In fact, I think I've done a copy of The Hobbit for the BBC Micro using this, because that game is about a 15-minute tape, and I managed to halve that, so not bad going. There we go. And of course this is all fully functional, all works like new. They've never had to be serviced or anything like that. I'm not sure about this. This turntable may have been serviced in its previous life. It's got a replacement stylus on it. Right. Now onto the CD player, which is without a doubt the best CD player I've ever used. And that includes stuff like the Sony PlayStations. Oh, train nearly didn't come out then. What was I saying about it not being faulty? Anyway, move the amplifier to CD. And now I'm going to play a proper recorded CD, not any of those overly compressed crappy CDs they stick out now. This album is from 1975 and it's a 1991 CD reissue. I'll play track 1. You can also interface this with the cassette deck, so you can record CDs to a cassette and have all the timings correct and whatever. But I think I'll play track 2. And of course, headphones sound brilliant. SLPJ46A. Oh. Those lovely vacuum fluorescent tubes. Or vacuum fluorescent display, not a tube, whatever. Really nice album. Of course, skip as you'd expect. I also like the way you have this little progress bar here which shows you how far through the disc you are, and the direct access buttons here, they are really handy if you want to just skip to a track right away. Something quite funny actually, if you have your disc tray open and start it by pushing the back skip function, you'll get to track 99 and then it will promptly change to 10 or whatever. There it is. But funny little software bug on these old CD players. I do believe these are this whole system here, well most of it, is from about 1985 to 1987, I'd say, roughly around there. Could be early 90s, but yeah. My dad bought this from a specialist hi-fi shop, so it wasn't your average run-of-the-mill junk, if you know what I mean. Last of all, moving on to the equalizer, which I very rarely have on. And I've only got it hooked up to the turntable because this amplifier does not have a function to enable equalizers on all the channels, which really sucks. But let's have a listen to it. We can actually choose between different visualizations. You have dot, which we're on. Peak hold. It holds the peaks. And that bar. That was my favourite when I was little. I don't know why I liked that one. Dot one's pretty nice. I'm going to keep it on dot. And, you know, of course, it does exactly what you expect an equaliser to do. Not as fluent as the old analog ones, but still pretty good. It's pretty nice to have a little levels thing there as well when you're adjusting. I'll just show off the auto return here, which Technics ones of course don't have. Never understood the point in that. I mean, you can literally just take the needle off much quicker than that can return it. But whatever. I think that's just about all I want to say really. Well, hope you enjoyed having a look at it.